Welcome to Vibes of India. Today we have with us Mr. Tushar Gandhi. He is great grandson of Mahatma Gandhi. Tushar Bhai is an author. He is a peacetime activist. He is also a right activist. Today we will discuss with him our Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi's statement that Mahatma Gandhi, the world did not know much about him till Sir Attenborough made the film, and as in the curiosity around Mahatma Gandhi was generated only after the film was made. So, Tushar bhai, what was your first reaction when you got to know that Mr. Modi has given this statement?
Surprisingly, I burst out laughing because that was the only way I could have responded to such a idiotic statement. And unfortunately, there's nothing, no other term I can describe it in because does one intellectually respond to such an ignorant and you know
Right,
comic accusation about a man who from 1930 adorned the front cover of the Time magazine multiple
precisely.
times,
Yeah,
was declared the person of the year by Time magazine, not to mention his popularity in India, if only by the criteria of the world knowing him. He was also featured in Life magazine. He was nominated for the Nobel Peace Prize multiple times, I think 5 times um, in all. What does this signify? And all this happened before the Gandhi film was released. It
absolutely.
happened
That
during
was
his
in
lifetime.
'82
And
that the film
also,
was made.
Nandini, the two examples he gave that he wasn't as popular as Martin Luther King and Nelson Mandela.
Right,
He should have at least stopped and thought that the two people who publicly multiple times acknowledged Gandhi to be their inspiration and their leader and their iconic idol, at
right.
least he should have tried to find some other example to buttress his point. Maybe he should have said even Adolf Hitler was more popular. We would have thought, okay, then, because he comes from that ideology that worships Adolf Hitler, he would compare
Oh,
them. But I don't know whether this was his speechwriter consultant who told him to say this, or whether it was through his own intellect. He made an
yeah.
absolute fool of himself. But
So, but
having
um,
said that, I also have a opinion, and I feel that he is one of the most shrewd politician we have today.
true.
Ever since this campaign started, he has been under siege by the opposition, questioning his performance for 10 years. And he has
Correct.
not really been able to answer any of the questions raised by the opposition. And we've seen how he has reverted to hate campaign throughout. And I think
True.
when the final phase for campaigning in his own constituency came about, he wanted a diversionary tactic. And
Okay.
Gandhi was the most convenient diversionary tactic, and he has succeeded in it because in the past 36 hours now, the media, the opposition, the liberal intellectuals, everybody has been busy countering this seemingly stupid comment of the prime minister. And
Okay.
in this vital period, we have not been hammering about his failure as a MP from Varanasi and as a prime minister of 10 years in really resolving the issues that are of concern to the Indians. And so I
Okay.
think there was this cunning, conniving politician also at play.
Right. So he would have probably succeeded in what he wanted to do. But do you think the people, the electorate, are foolish enough not to understand that the historical fact is being distorted?
But this man, in his megalomania, has, believed that the electoral is made up of fools. They can be swayed, and he has been. For 10 years, he has done nothing but swaying masses and creating a mass hysteria and things. So his belief that the electorate is a whole bunch of stupid people um makes him, emboldens him to say these kind of things.
But do you think the world would mock at him, especially the academia and the intellectuals, or even the other big names like the ones who have, appreciated the role of Mahatma Gandhi?
Does he care? Does he really care? All that
Perhaps he does
matters to
not,
him
but
is,
doesn't it put India in bad light coming from the prime
it
minister of the
does. You know,
country?
it's shameful. It's shameful that we have this kind of a person as a prime minister of our country. And it is of our own doing that we have put our faith in such a person. With it's so, if we were to believe that he isn't intelligent, then with such a low intellect. And if we
Yeah.
are to believe that he is conniving and conspiratorial, then such a undeserving, unethical person as him. I think we need to look inwards and see where, how that downfall from Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru and Lal Bahadur Shastri and all those kind of Gulzari Lal Nanda and those kind
Okay.
of leaders, how have we sunk to the low of the Modis and Shahs?
Okay. So you recently campaigned in Varanasi, and it is not for the first time that the prime minister has tried to, distort the historical fact. Now he often keeps saying that during it is only during the NDS tenure that India has had many premier institutes, which is not the fact. Like, the IITs and IIMs and other PRLs were set up during the Congress regime, and lot of them came under Jawaharlal Nehru also.
Yeah, I was in Varanasi and Nandini. I met actually yesterday before flying out of Varanasi. I was instrumental in convincing a doctor at the BHU, who
Hmm.
was the head of the department of the cardiac unit, Dr. Om Shankar. He has been fasting over there for his demands for a probe into the corruption into the hospital in BHU and in BHU in general. And yesterday morning, I finally convinced him to give up his fast after 20 days over there. That itself shows that in the Prime Minister's constituency, a senior doctor,
Hmm.
he wasn't campaigning outside. You know, it wasn't an electoral stunt. He was conducting his satyagraha in the campus while working. On the 20th day of his fast, he was still, examining patients and things. So it was a very sincere thing, and to believe. And then the claim about, having set up aims and things. They've set up an aims which is inside BHU. BHU does not have space.
Okay.
I visited that hospital thrice in my interactions with the Dr. Om Shankar. And, I was seeing the pathetic condition, how
Okay.
over capacity they were, how many people were lying in the passages and corridors and things. And, and then to go and brag, the Prime Minister shamelessly bragging that we set up an AIMS and these things.
Okay.
We have to acknowledge these facts that we have a liar as a prime minister,
And
unfortunately.
okay. And Prime Minister's statement unfortunately also means that children across the world haven't studied Mahatma Gandhi before 82, or they are just not aware about it. It is like, catch them young, we say. So I'm sure in history books across the world, there are chapters of Mahatma Gandhi, especially in England when they talk of their colonial rule in India.
There are, they all study Bapu and the Indian freedom movement, and just for the knowledge of PM Modi, more than four biographies aimed at children had been published, of Bapu had been published much before the Gandhi film was made, and in all languages of India, including in English. So it isn't as if even the children were not aware of it, and only Modi has made an effort to. What Modi has done is paint a false picture of Gandhi. the
Okay.
the one that is convenient to RSS. They have attempted, and this also is a link in the campaign to saffronize Gandhi, to say that
So
he is
yeah,
ours, we are him, and that's why we are the rightful claimants. Unfortunately, in his ignorance, he even forgot all the examples he gave of Congress's failure in promoting Bapu. Even the
hmm,
Gandhi film by Attenborough kept trying for 20 years to make the film. He couldn't get anybody to back him to make the film till the Indira Gandhi government said, okay, we will stake you out and you start making the film, and got NFDC to invest in that project.
right.
And the fallout of that is that even today, NFDC is earning handsome dividends from that investment in Gandhi, because the film continues to be popular even 4 decades after it was made, more than 4 decades after it was made. And so, even that argument that it was only Gandhi, then Gandhi was also made because the Congress government backed it initially. No, I just fail to understand why he lies so blatantly when he can get caught so easily. I didn't have to make an effort. When the first time, Nandini, when a reporter came to me and said, "This has happened, what's your opinion?" And
Okay.
when I saw the clip, I said, I don't need to even research my answer. Yeah, he has provided me with the answers himself by citing Mandela and Martin Luther King, and by saying that it was only Gandhi film. I said, just answering those three allegations proves him wrong. So it's he's become a pathetic liar. He's
Okay.
absolutely become a pathetic liar.
So you spoke about the legacy, BJP claiming Mahatma Gandhi's legacy. It is also claiming Sardar Patel's legacy. And you were also one of the petitioners. You had opposed the redevelopment of Sabarmati Ashram, but the petition was rejected. What are your quick thoughts on that? The
This is all
Sabarmati
part of
redevelopment plan.
this is all part of the conspiracy to create a saffron Gandhi. Now that they have a free hand in Sabarmati, now that the trustees who were supposed to safeguard and protect the ashram have capitulated to him completely, he can create his own version of Gandhi without any check or balance or control on him. And
Okay.
he's going to do that. He's going to create such a glamorous alternative identity that the spirit of Sabarmati Ashram, they've promised the court that they're not going to touch Hriday Kunj and the immediate surroundings of that. They don't have to touch it. They're going to build a wall of gold around it
Right.
so that people get completely razzle-dazzled by it, and they don't even bother to go to the shrine of Bapu. And that is
Okay.
exactly what he is going to do. And that has been their objective right from the time when the forces sent an assassin to murder Bapu.
Okay. Right. Tushar bhai, one last question. What is your message for the masses, like who have heard Modi saying that it is only after the film that the curiosity was generated? What would you tell them?
Please don't believe, because he might come and tell you Gandhi was born in 2014. Please don't believe that.
Tushar bhai, thanks a lot for sparing time and speaking to Vibes of India. Thank you very much.
Thank you.